I'm Lizzie. I'm a developer advocate at Cloudflare. Can you raise your hand if you've used Cloudflare before? How about if you think you know what Cloudflare does? Little bit? I am here to tell you that you do not know what Cloudflare does, because we do a lot. There's an entire developer platform, so you can build your apps, build your websites, and we host it for you. It's very fast edge computing. We have storage options, a lot of databases. We're going to see a demo with a SQL database called our D1 database, as well as a vector database. Or the demo does not use the vector database, but we have it, called Vectorize. We also have media optimization, video streaming. We host AI models called Workers AI. So we have the Mistral family, Llama family, Stable Diffusion family, some DeepSeek, and more. It's like so much fun. We also have AI Gateway, so you can observe your LLMs. And we have this new MCP product. So let's see an MCP server that I built and deployed on Cloudflare in action. And we're going to use Claude, but you could also use other MCP hosts. Lizzie returns. Okay. And we can see that the MCP server is connected to Claude by going to Developer. And this is a podcast generator MCP server. So let's exit settings. What podcast should we generate? Anyone?
My favorite murder.
My favorite murder?
Yeah.
Is that about murder?
Yeah. True crime.
I don't like murder. But for you, David, anything. Okay. And we can see that the Generate Audio Podcast tool is running. I don't like when people die. I don't like blood. This is very slow. This should be faster. Oh no. I would not have come here with it not working. You do 3.7? Oh. I have a burger. I like that adaptation. I have Claude Pro I got from going to Anthropic's Dev Day or Claude Codes. Here we go. I try not to pay for like ChatGPT, so I can't use that as an MCP host now, but I have Claude Pro from Anthropic's Dev Conference. All right, I tried today. Okay. Your podcast about favorite burgers has been generated. The AI has created Favorite Burger Joint, a podcast that explores the world of amazing burgers, complete with fun facts, personal stories, and inside tips on what makes burgers truly special. The episode includes discussions about burger spots, what makes burgers unforgettable, and even bonus content with expert interviews and behind-the-scenes burger adventures. Enjoy your custom burger podcast. I'm gonna click this link. And this does take time to load. I have tested this quite a few times. Okay, so this audio is an excerpt from the complete podcast. We can download it, play it. We see the script.
Ultimate burger experience, uncovering the secrets of my favorite burger joint. Introduction, upbeat background music starts playing. Host, welcome to Taste Quest, the podcast where we dive into the world of food and uncover the stories behind our favorite eats. I'm your host, Name, and today we're talking about a topic that's near and dear to many of our hearts.
Okay, prompt engineering is hard. I was like, just give the text. And you know what? We can save this to the database. I made Cloudflare D1 database, so we can look through all of the previous generated podcasts. But wait, there's more. Okay. That was just a Rickroll. I wanted to like add some audio as well. That was bonus. I gave this talk somewhere else, and people did not know what a Rickroll was. It's a meme, okay? So we're gonna hit the other tool, which is give me the past 6 generated podcasts. And the default is 10, but I gave it a number, so it should give 6. And we're going to allow always this tool, list recent podcasts, limit 6. It parsed out that number. Love to see it. Burger Joint. It did generate the Killing My Favorite True Crime podcast. That was the title. Failed to call that tool. Request timed out. Anyways, it gave underwater basket weaving. I made these. Yeah. Okay. So that is our MCP server. All right. That was Claude. All right. There we go. Demo. I guess we should look at some code. If you build with Cloudflare Workers, this file probably looks familiar. It's a wrangler.jsonc file. This is automatically generated when you make a Cloudflare worker, as well as when you make a Cloudflare MCP server. Most of this was made for me. Durable objects maintain state. And I added AI and D1 databases to save all the podcasts in the D1 Siegle database. And AI is so I can use Workers AI open source models. And let's see why I use Workers AI models here. Index.ts is like the core of the code, the meat, if you will. Most of this was generated already. And I just added this tool, this.server.tool. We give it a title, generate audio podcast, and it takes in this parameter, topic. Make that bigger. And we describe it as a topic to generate an AI audio podcast about. And this description could be longer because sometimes if you have multiple tools, it might not hit that tool. It might not know to run that tool. We use env to get the Workers AI object. And we have the base URL. This is the Rickroll website. You can use this website to prank your friends. And then here's where we generate a podcast script using Workers AI. We say write a podcast script about input topic that covers multiple key points with a few explanations and examples, etc. Then we call Llama 4 Scout. There's multiple models on Cloudflare Workers AI, but this one's pretty new, so I like to use that one. And all of the beta models on Workers AI are free to use, save money. We clean up the script for the audio, so we try to remove like symbols, that's not text. Convert the script to audio. And here's where we use the text-to-speech model, Melots. I had never used this before. I was actually going to use 11 Labs to generate the audio file, but then I saw we had one, so I used that. I do like 11 Labs, though. We partner with them on some stuff. And then we generate a unique slug, so we attach that to the Cloudflare worker URL. And this is kind of like, so the query was something about burgers, and then the slug attached to the URL is not the exact query. It's kind of like the query, but with some spice. So it's not just like, take the query and add it to the slug. Check for existing slug and make unique if needed, because the database wants unique slugs. And then saved the D1 database with some SQL. I've written more SQL since joining Cloudflare than like ever before. Although I was working with the MindsDB founder on like an integration, and he was like, "Oh, do you know SQL?" I was like, "Yeah." I lied. So just lie and you will meet people. And then we save that, and there are a lot of fallbacks here. And then we generate an AI-generated response. So that's kind of like human language as a response. Yes. And let's not look at the QR code yet. This is the D1 database with all the generated podcasts. And if we refresh, we should see the Burger and the Murder podcast as well. Podcasts. I've been generating a lot of podcasts, a lot of Rickrolls. So here it is saved in a SQL database with the URLs and the scripts as well. Created at script is null. Ugh. Oh, I think I had to click a button for that. Anyways, here are the docs for the Melots model hosted on Workers AI. This is how much you pay. I pay. And these are all of the models you can use. And it's very easy to like exchange the models with a few lines of code. And let's go back to the agenda. Oh, I thought I clicked all of these. Hit Cloudflare Worker. So from within that tool, we also hit the Cloudflare Worker to dynamically generate the website. So that was based on the user input. Deploy button. Okay. Go. Okay. From that link, which is in the GitHub repo, it is really this easy to build and deploy your own MCP servers on Cloudflare. You see this deployed to Cloudflare button. You click that, and it's going to generate most of the code for you. Create an application. Let's call this, and this is authless, but MCP server build night. Create and deploy. We are building our own MCP server live. And this is going to generate a lot of code for you. And then you're just going to git clone that repo. And then you can add your own tool. VPN came on. Oh, 2. I think it actually builds, but whenever the VPN comes on automatically, then like I can't do some things. And I used to be like embarrassed when I went off the VPN, but my manager also goes off the VPN a lot, so yeah. We're building our own MCP server live. But this is just like the template. The tools are kind of like math calculations. I think, of course, there's a weather tool because those are very popular. Who needs to know the weather? Yeah. So this is our MCP server. Here it is, and all we would have to do is git clone this repo. Very easy. Okay. I use Claude. Cloudflare has a Workers AI LLM playground, so you can put in your MCP server URL here and test it very easily. You should probably add authentication, but the click to deploy button was so easy to use. I'm just like, I'll add auth later. But WorkOS has this great demo. Can I share it about the t-shirts?
Oh, no, well, I'm going to use that.
Okay. Okay. So tune in.
You guys also have a deploy to Cloudflare button that deploys all into Cloudflare.
Yes, but then I need more API keys. So like some configuration. Cloudflare also has the Playwright MCP, so this kind of like ready to use MCP so you can do browser automation. I've been trying to like automate booking a tennis court in San Francisco. So there's that. This MCP server, I showed how you can share links. I actually had some trouble sharing links with Claude. Claude was like, I don't trust this link. Had to do some prompt engineering to get around that. I can't wait to see what tools you build. I think it's a crazy time to be a builder. Like just, there's so much happening, so fast. And I've been very heads down on trying to make as many MCP servers as I can. I'm like, I'm going to chat with a database. I'm going to chat with my code. I'm going to chat with anything via MCP server. And also using like different models. And I think it's really cool how it's like an English wrapper around functions. So here is the QR code for this GitHub repo. No slides. I will be here for the rest of the night, as will David and Kathy, who can talk about more Cloudflare products than I can. But thank you for your time. And Kelly.